Right now, I'm going to create an AI offer from scratch that you can sell to your clients for multiple four figures. We'll randomly pick a niche, randomly pick a company, analyze the company, create an AI offer for this company, and I'll also create a messaging how I would reach out to this business selling what we have just created. So I go to ChatGPT here and I'll say, there are a lot of local businesses in the US. Let's put it in the US. Please choose a random niche and output it. Now, by the way, if you like this video, if you like this type of the videos on this channel, let me know in the comments and I will continue to do this live type of the builds where we will together go over different companies within different countries, industries, and I will give you my ideation process of how I would go about like doing certain things. Here's a random niche for local business. Artisan cheese shops. This shop specializes in crafting and selling a variety of handcrafted cheese. Okay. Now, so this is kind of this is too niche. I'd say a bit more broad. So certainly a bit broad. Health and wellness niche, a bit more specific. Niche wellness centers, yoga studios. Okay, so I like yoga studios, but it's too popular, whatever. So it's too common. So let's do something not that common. Beekeeper or focused on urban beekeeping supplies and education. The local business with beekeeper equipment hives. Okay. Beekeeping equipment. Okay, so sure, I guess this is even more niche. Beekeeping supplies. Arizona, or Arizona. Let's do it randomly. Okay, so let's scroll on the page like 3. Let's find a company. Okay, do my own Petco. So the thing is that with this type of the niche, there are not that many like brands and companies. There are a lot of them on the so as you can see, it's like a random Shopify website. I know that this is the Shopify, whatever. So I wouldn't really kind of okay. No, do more broad, please. Home improvement renovation service. Okay, renovation service. I like that. Okay, so renovation services. So renovation services in where? In Montana. So let's see this. Let's see maybe this, and let's see like this. Okay, let's see a few. Okay, call back. Okay, so these guys have quite some info. Don't like that one. Okay, so let's keep that one. Okay, so I like the guys. It's a family probably owned business. So now the first step is to analyze if the company qualifies for our service. When you are trying to think that you want to offer AI within a certain industry, you need to understand that you're either gonna save them time or make them more money. When it comes to saving time, it's a bit harder to sell. Even though we've been, my agency being selling it a lot, and I share a lot of the case studies and use cases on my main YouTube channel. I think if you're starting out, it's very important to focus on the things that will bring the business more money. Now, when it comes to bringing more money to the business, you can either do the marketing services or the demand generation or sales. Okay, so the sales, and obviously marketing it's just like most of the companies will be interested in marketing just because most of the companies are broke, right? And most businesses are going out of the business within the first years. But we're not the marketing service and we're not the marketing agency. And even though a lot of the business owners, especially if they're not tech savvy, they heard about AI that can do the crazy things, they may think, okay, so sure, like AI will get my business off the ground, and you will be responsible for the result. And they do think they if you tell them, hey, AI is not the magic button, they will say, yeah, sure, of course I understand that, but they will not feel it. They will feel it that it is like a saver. You do not want to work with businesses where you're responsible for the business growth directly, okay? Or if they're struggling. So I would not suggest you to go with the marketing. If you are, for example, a marketing agency, if you want to add AI into your offerings, if you can deliver the results, that's awesome. If you pair it up with sales and with different agents, that's a no-brainer offer. But again, most people are not there yet. So let's talk about the sales, okay? And let's talk about in general. So if we are focusing on the sales aspect, that would help them to make more money, okay? So what can we understand from this company, okay? Do they have because like let me go through the clay enrichment. There's like some random again, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this type of the series on my YouTube channel. So if you like it, let me know, because I'm gonna upgrade this setup a little bit. So right now it's kind of random. So as you can see, it's not finding the company on LinkedIn. So we cannot kind of retrieve the information. I was about to, try to find the company on LinkedIn and then actually find the owner and then find the email who we can reach out to. I'm not gonna reach out to them right now. It's gonna take a while. Plus, if you're like serious about this, you need to do the proper outreach and not just reaching out to random companies one by one. But anyway, so I was about to get some information about them. Now, the information is very important to understand how much we could price this guy. So because the price really depends a lot on not only in the value that you provide, but also the company size and their ability to pay and their ability to invest into their future. And this is just, not what a lot of the agency owners share, but it's true. So now, let's say that we only have here this information. So about our company, let's check about our company, quality of life. You want Philip owners of the series of innovation. So it's a family-owned business, right? So it's family-owned business. As you can see, if these are like real photos of what they're doing, so they're like working with pretty not expensive, but like higher tier homes also. So what I think is that this is the family owned business. They don't have a lot of cash on hand, but they might probably have a lot of their requests that they receive on a daily basis while working. So if you think about this, so they have a callback, and I really like the fact that they are kind of already not pre-qualifying the prospect, but asking for some information just to understand if they're a good fit. So it means they thought about the website. So it means that the website was not created randomly on a template that is, it's probably a template, but it's probably well, thought one, especially considering the fact that they have a graphic here with the phone number. Okay, so the thing with them, I would guess, is that because they are family owned, they don't have too many employees. So maybe there's like 6 guys, right? So there's like 3 family members, or like 4, and there's like 3 other contractors and the guys that are working. I would say that let's say there's she's like handling the calls and the management, maybe the finances, maybe they have an accountant part-time also, and then they're like doing some other things with all the guys, right? Or maybe she's like designing the things. I'm not sure. So anyways, it's very hard to like kind of ballpark it if you don't know any specifics, but I'm just guessing, right? So let's say that they have 6 people. They are making money, right? So they're profitable. Now they obviously want to grow as all the companies, and this is the priority. But besides growing through the content and or like marketing, running more ads, I'm not sure if I would actually probably would need to in the next series go like more like in depth into the actual like their Facebook maybe marketing. So they have some Google reviews. That's great. So they have the profile, they have the reviews. So it's pretty well thought. They have the Instagram with 200 followers, which is, I guess, okay. Good. So they have some presence. Yeah, so as you can see, like family, so it's like family-owned business. The thing is that I would say what they would struggle with is not handling requests. So like, because if you're saying, hey, you have so many requests, let me build an AI that will handle them for you. No, it might be a problem. It might be the problem, and it is a problem for a lot of the businesses. For example, if they are like working on the field and they are like receiving the calls, but they cannot like answer it right away. So they're like, there are a lot of the missed calls that need to call back. And there's a huge opportunity of building just the voice AI agent that will answer all the things, right? So if this is the case, that's great. But sometimes it's not the case, and it's harder to deal with that. And what we really like is to build like an actual sales systems that will like group everything together. That's why, by the way, we have the one prompt. So the one prompt is based on everything on the sale. This is like the sales system built in, like out in the box, that like you can technically deploy to the clients, and it's built on the high level. For the local businesses, I would say that you still need to use the high level. And again, by the way, so if you don't want to pay for the high level and you want everything built in, you can just go with the one prompt. But so the high level, even though let me open us. So even though we are not like marketing them as CRM, I would bet that maybe they don't even have the CRM, but the CRM as a CRM is not a good selling point. You're just selling like a system, right? It doesn't matter how it's located. So, and everything will be hosted on the high level. So I think this is a good place to have everything built in, right? So you have GHL. Now, so the features. So what are we doing? I would say, so if they're in the field, right, but they don't have too many requests, I would say when it comes to the remodeling, there are a lot of people that are browsing and thinking about certain things. There's not that much of a reactivation. Reactivation being, let's say there are, or like win back. So like these are being the customers that already purchased something from you, and you would want to like upsell them something, or you want to, win them back if they, but win back is more relevant if the person like canceled or was not satisfied. So yeah, kind of database reactivation is not the best thing, but the follow-up and the engagement agent is, because I would say that a lot of the, they receive a lot of the, maybe callbacks, they receive a lot of the inquiries, maybe form submits, what people browsing. And I'm pretty sure they don't follow up with all of them, right? Because they don't have a separate person for that. So technically, what we can build them a system, it's called AI sales system that will handle follow-ups, that will handle in like bookings, so like follow-ups, bookings, details, gathering, qualification, and etc. Qualification, etc., so that you can only focus on the people that are interested. So the follow-ups are not here. It's the booking details, so all this, it's good. But this is just a kind of a lead capture and nurture agent. So the follow-ups are different. The follow-ups, the angle of the follow-ups is like you like bring more money into the business by not spending more on ads, by converting people, by converting leads to customers with AI. Now, these are not the angles that we would probably use in the cold outreach, but these are the things, right? So the customer flow would be pretty, I think, pretty straightforward. So let's say again, so like I'm picturing the ideal scenario of the system that is handling all the things. But you would probably start with something small. So you would first have a like phone call, right? So you would have here a voice AI, right? So the voice AI would be the first part. So the voice AI. So this voice AI will be attached to this number, right? And I would say there's like just a phone number. There's no need to capture all the details. And there's phone number, okay? Also, voice AI and SMS. So there's going to be like the same number, right? So there's going to be like a same number. You would need to get it like separately. Obviously, they have the number, right? I don't think that it's bought on Twilio. If you want to have a unified, memory and the agent that can talk on the voice and also, respond to the SMS, having the context of what happened on the voice, you need to have a Twilio number. And obviously, this could be a challenge of saying, hey, you need to replace your phone number right away. So, I mean, they need to start with something. Maybe they'll like handle the calls themselves, but here will be that. Emails, not sure emails, because I would say that they receive a lot of, so my guess would be that a lot of the business comes from their referrals and actually word of mouth. But the problem with the referrals is that how are they contacting them? If they're going to the website, great, because they're giving a new number. But if the referral is sharing, if the referral is sharing the phone number with another person, so we cannot handle that. But okay, so this is something like another topic of the discussion. And I would say the live chat. So the live chat on the website, why not? But these are just the agent. These are just the agent that capture the information, which is this. But again, so this is kind of on the time saving side. It might be harder to sell, but if you're selling it as a whole system, maybe easier. Now, so this is the one part. Okay, the other part is that what happens after. So all of these requests go to the GHL, right? So GHL, because this is again, so you can connect everything in one place. It's just easier. Okay, and not here. So you connect your own Twilio number to the GHL and it's all good. So from the GHL, you would build an agent on VoiceFlow or N8N, that will actually handle everything. Okay, so this will handle all this text. And for the voice, I would say it's going to be retail. It's going to be the retail. Okay, on the Twilio, you will have also the Twilio number connected to the retail, and this retail will update back the high level with the transcripts and everything. Okay. So when the person like on this stage, right? So when here, like for example here, okay. So this is like user reply. So we reply to the user, let's say. This is where the follow-up starts. So we are following up and engaging. So this is where the engagement agent starts working, and the follow-up agent that is trying to, based on the information that the user provided here, and based on maybe the quotes that we already did, trying to engage with them, be on your channel. So it's kind of sending SMS and saying, hey, John, you recently requested the quote. So are you looking for it still? So do you want to, to us have, an actual like see on the house? So do you want to schedule the meeting? So trying to proactively engage and follow up with the prospects. This way, keeping all them warm and making sure you extract all the opportunities possible from the one, potential prospect that becomes the lead if he gets a quote or something. And also I would say here to the GHL, people can be added manually, right? So when you are dealing with this type of services, if they are getting the referral and they're getting the quote, they can put this prospect to the GHL and then put a tag saying that to follow up in 7 days, and provide this, in a custom field, like all the documents. And then this agent, when re-engaging with this prospect, will have the information that provided manually by the by the business. Okay. So this would be kind of the structure. I would say that since we did not find any emails here, I would say that the messaging yeah, like you don't want to, send it one by one. It's more for like if you have a business that that you would want to have it for, if you have a client, or if just starting out, if you have some sort of connection, that's going to be a good way for you to pitch it. But general in scale, I'm like, if you are building it on scale, if you're like planning to, for example, like target this type of the industry with this type of the solution, you can personalize each message using obviously something like Clay, right? So where you will do the agents and the setup. So let's say hi, Karen, was looking for a remodeling services in where in where modeling services, uh probably serving in the Flower Valley. Now, so this is the code line breaker, because when they will see it, they will think first that this is some sort of a request, which is like we're faking it. Some people will get mad, but most of them won't. So this will keep them reading, and we'll say, ever do you know that you're probably losing like 10 to 20K a month on people just asking you questions and not going to the next step, something like that. Or do you want me, do you I don't like that. So I can show you an AI agent that can follow up with all the prospects, answer phone calls 24/7, and generate appointments or something like that. Now, so that would be the message. I don't usually like to use generate appointments because, as I said, like this will attract sometimes the broke businesses, and the people that will reply, they will not, like they will skip that part. And generate appointments, it means that, okay, so the traffic. So sometimes it's getting confused, so you can play around with it. But I think this would be the general approach for this type of the businesses. Okay. And again, guys, if you like this type of the series, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.